I love great conversations. Hi, my name is Angel Jones. Thank you for joining me on 12-minute convos where I help you create a brand of your own unique, real self. Listen in as I have conversations with amazing people from all over the world. Good night, Angel Ribo. How are you going on this wonderful, beautiful night?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thank you very much to you, and thank you very much to everybody who is listening to us today.
Yeah, great pleasure to connect with you, Angel. Tell us, what part of the world are you in right now?
Well, I'm right now on a suburb of Dallas, Texas, in the United States, which is called Plano.
All right.
Plano is a very interesting city, which is surrounded, or which is actually the location for many headquarters of big corporations in the United States.
And which of your talents specifically is responsible for us connecting at this time?
Well, I am an international public speaker, and basically CEOs hire me to bridge the gap globally for expansion and exposure. In order to be able to internationalize your business, you have to know how to do it. And I have been, 19 years helping more than 1,500 CEOs with their business growth strategies, working in more than 33 different countries. So that's what I'm doing today.
Okay, I'm not sure if we disconnected for a bit, but did you say 1,500 CEOs?
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
1,500 CEOs, exactly.
Wow, that's amazing. Wow, and here I am with my podcast goal. Wow.
Thank you. Please, I mean, it's an honor. 1,500 CEOs means also a lot of responsibility.
Yes.
It means that you really have to be up to their expectations, and you have to be delivering consistently. Otherwise, you end up not being able to help anymore. So thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, that's amazing, my friend. I love individuals with big, hairy, audacious goals, right? Who did you learn that skill from, being able to be the confidant for CEOs?
I have to say it was really by practice. And something I like to say all the time is imperfect action. I love imperfect action. So when I started to do this, it was in 1999. I am originally myself from Barcelona. I was living in the UK at that time, south of London, and I was working for a software American company. And I didn't know anything about dealing with CEOs or about developing business or about sales or marketing. And I had to start from scratch, from zero. And I started literally, reaching out to CEOs by phone, to the entire, continent, European continent, from that place, without knowing really what to tell them. But, after a few hundreds of calls, eventually, what to tell a CEO. So it's interesting for them. And that was, the start of my career, reaching out to C-level executives.
Wow, if you had to put an ROI on those first 100 calls, right? It's huge, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And it's the fear. You really don't know. You're afraid that you're going to talk to someone who is so high up in an organization that he or she will never give you time. And that's so wrong. As far as you are honest, you are humble, you are grateful, and what you say makes sense, and you accept whatever happens on that call, he or she is going to talk to you. So, I have to say all those fears and insecurities paid off at the end of the day at the end of those hundreds of calls. I was literally making between 50 and 100 calls for like almost 2 years every day.
Wow.
So, yeah, it was a lot.
Wow. Imagine if you turned that into a podcast.
Everything counts.
Everything counts. Right? That's great. So why will you continue to repeat this skill of what it seems to be rinse and repeat?
Probably I would say, I like reaching out. I like reaching out to a lot of people. I like, helping a lot of people. And when you start doing something systematically, besides learning a lot, you are able to increase your reach. And that has been one of my obsessions. And that's why when I left the corporate world a couple of years ago, I said, I'm going to do that by myself because I think I can help so many people. And then when you start to do that by yourself, you face many different challenges. but also many different technologies that allow you to reach out to all those people. And that's why I'm so thankful today to be able to be speaking with you, Angel.
Yeah, I am fascinated by it as well, Angel, like the technology that it and the reach it gives us. I'm intrigued as well how many individuals need the coaching, if you would, to start doing it.
Well, there's a couple of things I would say I have found since I started to reach out to those individuals by myself with my own corporation. I would say number one, when someone when someone has already developed their own assets and their own company, they are reluctant and they think that domestic market is enough, but they are missing out. They're leaving basically money on the table because they're not putting those assets and those systems that they have developed inside their businesses into other markets, thinking that it's too complex. They're going to be reacting differently to my services and products, and this is definitely not the case. Number two, they tend to think that going to other places and other markets, they can do it by themselves, and they don't think that they can rely on anybody locally. And this is something that this is a gap that I help them bridge, because I have developed, just to say an example, in Europe or in Latin America, I have developed those hundreds of relationships and partnerships with so many people and companies. I can help today my clients to bridge that gap. And number three, through the years, I have been able to develop skills and knowledge on how to, conduct business on every single country. Every country is different. Every business is different. And when you are able to identify what are those differences for conducting businesses on every single country and market, then you are several steps ahead of the game of anybody else that's trying to do the same thing.
Amazing. The power of a conversation, right?
Yes, exactly.
Well, Angel, where's the best place for someone to connect with you?
Yes, the best place is definitely my email, which is angel@angelribo, R-I-B as in boy O, angelribo.com. And then if you want to know more about my business and even be able to download a special report that's going to apply to your company, you can go to www.theceoconfidant.com. theceoconfidant.com. Those are the two easiest ways to connect with me. Angel.
Love it. Well, Angel, let's switch gears for a moment now and let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Awesome. Angel, what is your earliest childhood memory?
Well, I was blessed with living in the Caribbean for a year. I am extremely attracted by water, and I'm very, very attracted by the turquoise color of the Caribbean water. So when you picture that to me, immediately I find myself surrounded by peace. I find myself, being taught by my mom when I was a kid. She was a teacher. I find myself in peace with my 3 kids and my wife, having a wonderful time together and building, the future of our family. Which is definitely going to be related to the Caribbean.
I love it. So in that memory, right, when your mother is teaching you, right, how old do you think you were?
I have a very clear memory of when I was in 5th grade. I remember she's a school teacher and she was teaching, my 3 siblings and myself, every day, every night after school. And I remember that she was asking me, like, have you done your homework? Did you really study that lesson? And she would ask me questions about that particular lesson. And I would be literally walking, up and down, the corridor of my house, of my family house, while I was telling my mom the answers of the lesson that day I had been reviewing. So it's a very gentle, very present. I'm very blessed because my mom is still alive. So it's a very nice memory. Thank you for bringing that to me today. Thank you. I didn't expect that.
You're welcome. Well, can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture that you've created in my mind with that memory? I'll say it one more time. Can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind? I love the idea, Angel, of how necessary it is to be the person that is traversing the corridors of an organization to be able to build the relationships that are necessary for the connection to be made.
Mm-hmm.
Just like your mother and you did, right? Where you're walking up and down, but learning at the same time, right?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it amazing how it connects?
Yeah, I had never thought about this. Hey, Engel, you have an approach to life which is extremely unique. I'm really impressed by this. I mean, I never thought about this. I tend to be very thoughtful, but this is an incredible way to connect what I was doing when I was a kid with all this happiness and what I'm doing today.
Exactly.
I never thought of it.
Exactly.
Thank you.
You're welcome. If we fast forwarded to when you were 12, what was your favorite song?
When I was 12, it was Take the Long Way Home by a group called Supertramp. Take the Long Way Home.
Wow. Now, isn't it amazing how that connects? I mean, you took the long way by jumping on the phone and having all of these calls, right? You took the long way by learning with your mother up and down the corridors. Like, taking the long way seems to be connected to who you are, right?
Wow. Again, oh my goodness. Really, honestly? It's just a coincidence. Nobody ever before in my life was able to connect those three dots.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Nobody.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
All right, my friend. Hey, well,
wow,
Angel.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, Angel, we've now arrived at our destination. But before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form. So it's yes or no, possibly a bit more. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready, Angel?
I'm ready. Thank you.
Angel, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Yes.
Are you married? Well, you said you're married, right? You did say that, right?
Yes, I am.
And you have children. Do you have children?
I have 3 kids.
Yeah, you said that. Do you believe in God?
Yes, I do.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Yes.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
I don't watch TV a single second.
Wow. What about screen time, the phone and or the computer? Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
Oh, less. Much less than 8.
Angel, if you had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents Angel Ribo, what would you say that is?
My purpose in life is to help underprivileged kids in Latin America become entrepreneurs using their local resources.
Love it. Angel, this was a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
The only thing I would like to say is that I bring together my work with the CEOs and helping kids in Latin America. I have a foundation called Wisdom for Kids. You can go to wisdomforkids.today. I just would like to thank you very much today, Engel. You've made these 12 minutes memorable for me. I will never forget this conversation, and I appreciate you and all the audience for listening to me today.
Love it. The CEO Confidant, Angel Ribo. Hey, again, my friend, thank you for being on what is inspired by 12-minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you for being on 12-minute Convos with Angel Jones. Stay tuned for more from our advertisers.
Diabetes is a mountain pandemic. It's a disease that's not acute but chronic. Similar to this rhyming method, I have simplified the definition, the signs and symptoms, and the complications of diabetes for both adults and children in my books, Poems for Patients, A Focus on Diabetes, and The ABCs of Diabetes for Children. These books are available on Amazon.com, and for more information, you can visit my website, poemsbyaj.com. That's poemsbyaj.com.